Alright mate, it's the Barclays A to Z and it's time for Villa. Hi guys, that is my attempt at a Brummie accent. It's the Tippler 3848 here. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, so let's get on with it. Here is the Villa starting 11 as it stands. We've got Brad Guzan at GK. My god. We have Kieran Richardson, Okori, Vla and Richards at the back. Richards, brilliant signing for you guys. Really in keeping with the Sherwood mentality, I'd say. Ron Vla is a beast, as you know. Kieran Richardson, I've popped him at left back. You'll see why later. Your midfield looks pretty damn sweet at the moment. I got Carlos Gill. Sherwood doesn't seem to fancy him, but I think he's actually really, really good. We've got Jack Grealish, Fabian Delph and Scott Sinclair. Now Scott Sinclair is fresh from his 4-year break from football with Man City. Might have only been 3 years. I'm just trying to think about that off the cuff. We've got Fabian Delph, who is brilliant. So glad he didn't go to Man City. I can't help but think Scotty Sinclair has had a little word in his ear going, I went there and I sat on the bench next to absolute idiots like Nasri for seasons upon seasons. Jack Grealish, what can you say about this kid? He's only 19 years old. He's got 4-star skill moves on FIFA. Nice. But he has been brilliant last season. He got a lot of appearances, but again, I'll get onto that later. Just a quick note on, side note I should say, on Mr. Grealish. His supposed indiscretions in the summer, just leave him alone. He's a young lad. He's got a lot of money because he's now making it big as a footballer. And he's gone out and he's got a bit drunk and he's fallen over and someone's bloody papped him doing it. I mean, maybe we should start turning on the people who are sending these photos into the bloody newspapers because it's doing my head in. He's a young lad. He's relaxing. It's out of season. It doesn't really matter. He's not hurting anyone, is he? It's not like the Leicester City lads, is it? You know. So just give the guy a break. He's Irish. He's going to drink. Leave him alone. As long as he's not doing it in the season and hampering your guys' chances, who cares? Gill, I really hope to see a lot more of him. It makes me chuckle because his name is the same as the currency in Final Fantasy. So I like him just for that. But I really think he's a good player though. He came from Valencia, I think it was sort of mid-season last season. Just didn't really get a chance, but we'll get onto that as well. We are going to skip over the Belgian powerhouse for the minute. We've got Gabi Agbonlahor. I don't need to tell you guys about him. He's been at Villa for so long, it's ridiculous. He's a danger. His pace is always going to be an issue for teams. And for me, he just has to start. He is the kind of player who's been at a club long enough that he knows that club inside out. He is that club. He bleeds that club. We've got then, obviously everybody's talking about Benteke. Is he going? Is he staying? Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City, everyone's circling. I guess you guys are going to have to wait and see because basically you've just said, there's his release clause. If you're not going to pay it, just go away. Which is the right attitude. I hope he stays at Villa. I think that's the best place for him because he had sort of an injury-ridden season last season, so he needs a good season before moving on. Just quickly on your substitutes, you've got Mark Bunn, who you've got in on a free. You've got Hutton, Clark, Westwood. You've got another new signing, Gray. Again, I'm not sure if he's going to be a starter. Maybe put him in there with Delph and put Grealish out on the left, dropping Scotty Sinclair. That would be my way of doing it. But you've got Joe Cole and you've got Kozak, who is your main backup striker because you sold Andreas Weimann. I'm not sure why you did that. I really like Weimann, but I'm going to move on to your upgrades and downgrades. So on to your Aston Villa upgrades. Well, it's no surprise the way I've been talking. Delph and Grealish are the two I've picked. Delph was a 75, he's gone up to 77. Grealish up to a 69. But the reason I put Delph up to 77 is because although he's only had 32 appearances, 2 goals, 5 assists, he was essential to your FA Cup run. He is the player who builds the platform for the attacking players to go. He'll break up attacks, he'll start the platform, he'll play it to people like Grealish who will then go on to set people up or score himself. So that's why I put Fabian Delph up. He's got to go up essentially. I really hope to see this guy in sort of the England setup and what have you in the near future. Jack Grealish, if you're taking away his issues off the field, drinking, but he's Irish, he's going to drink. But anywho, he's had 32 appearances which is in the senior squad, which is really good for a 19-year-old, and is essential experience for the boy. And he's also played 8 times in the under-21s. He didn't get any goals in the senior squad, but he's set up 5 goals. He's got 5 assists already under his belt. He's off to a great start. He's played in an FA Cup final at 19 years old. If I had achieved that by 19 years old, I would have retired and just gone mental. But fair dues to them, I'm going to move on to the downgrades. So on to our downgrades. I am a big admirer of Micah Richards on the left hand side here, but I can't see how you can upgrade him or even keep him the same, because he barely really played for Fiorentina. Yes, he's got 20 appearances there, but it was 7 in the Europa League, sort of about 10 in the Serie A. One of them was even for Man City in the Community Shield, where they lost 3-0 to Arsenal. So, you know, I think he's got to go down, but I've not marked him down too harshly. I think he was a 77. I've taken him down to sort of 74. Maybe 3 points is a bit harsh, and you could probably argue that he should be a 75, and therefore he keeps his gold status in FUT. But I'm going to move on to Mr. Carlos Gil. But apologies for no stats for Micah Richards. I couldn't find any. You know, typical Italian record keeping. But I've put some key attributes, which are his strength, his pace, and his weird head photo there, which is good for heading the ball away. But we move on to Carlos Gil. Again, I told you, Tim Sherwood doesn't seem to fancy this kid. He's only got 7 appearances for Villa last season, single goal in the FA Cup, an assist in the league, and that's all he's got. So I've taken him down, I think, by 2 points, so from a 74 to a 72. Again, do you agree? Let me know. I'm going to move on to your possible transfer targets. So Villa fans, in case Benteke goes, here are your possible strikers. You've been linked with one and not linked with the other 2. I've just come up with the other 2. So make of that what you will. We've got Alberto Palosci, who you've not been linked with. He's 25, plays for Chievo, scored 37 times in his time there. He got 9 last season in the Serie A and 3 assists, which is not bad considering he's at one of the lower down teams in the Serie A. The gentleman on your far right is Ahmed Akachi. I've basically picked him because he's 6'1". He is a bit of a Tunisian powerhouse. He plays still in the Tunisian league, so he could be cheap. And he's really been making inroads in the national team. He's played 12 games and scored 5 goals already. But the one player that you have been linked with, and looks most likely, is Jordan Ayew, who is obviously the younger brother of Andre Ayew, who's just gone to Swansea on a free. He's 23 years old, plays for Lorient in France, in the Ligue 1. And before he moved to Lorient, he played for Marseille with his brother, scored 22 times there. But last season for Lorient, he got 13 in 33 games, along with 7 assists. So he doesn't just score, he's not an out-and-out striker, he sets them up as well. So he could be a really, really good signing. One more to go, one more position. So Villa fans, from looking at your squad, I think you need at least one more left back. Tim Sherwood agrees. He has gone out and agreed a £9 million fee for this kid, who plays in Liga in France for Nice. He is Jordan Amavi. He is 21 years old. He's rated 72 at the moment on FIFA. Looks like a really good prospect. Typical Sherwood signing. Young, good, pacey. Rated 72 on FIFA. 84 sprint speed, 80 acceleration. People are going to use him on FUT basically. But I'm going to leave that video there. So if you've enjoyed, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you are new, and also chuck me a comment. Did I get it right? Have I got it wrong? Am I an idiotic Arsenal fan thinking I know more about football than I actually do? Because there are some of us out there. But if you leave a comment below, then I will get on and do my next one, which I think is Bournemouth, which will be coming in the next few days. So thanks for watching, guys. I've been the Tippler, the Mayor of Tipple Nation, and I hope you enjoy.
The universe is beautiful, I held it in my hand. The sun came out, the angels sang. The universe is beautiful, I held it in my hand. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. hustle. I said this is the last job. I'm up in hospital feeling lost. My doctor said that's a pay on